Technical support engineering isn't a role that most people are aware of. So how did you come to this role?
It's interesting, actually. So one of the Google's amazing recruiter, they reached out to me, and I was also like one of those people. Okay, what does a solutions engineer do? And they were so elaborating their answers. They spent like 30 minutes explaining me what exactly do they do, and that's when it was really interesting for me. Oh, okay, we have all these mature products there, and of course there's going to be few issues, bugs, and the feature requests with these products when we have like millions of the customers, and we're going to be working on those features, those issues. And that's where I found like, okay, this is really interesting, and this is a direct application of what I have learned during all my education. So I understand the role isn't as known as maybe a product engineer, software engineer, or maybe even the sport frontline personnel, but it's definitely a career to think for.
So what does your day-to-day life look like?
My day to day, I have tried multiple things, and finally, I found out like few things work for me. I try to categorize my day into different work chunks. So the first part, the foremost, is what I explained, that how we deal with the customers, how we try to solve their issues. So that is the one part, and the second, excuse me, second could be that we work on scaling up operations. When I say that, I can give you an example that recently I got an opportunity to work on a really good project. We are setting up a new team. I said, we have different sport teams, and then we have our teams, and then we have software engineering teams. So you can imagine we are interacting with a lot of teams there. So there is a workflow which goes through it. And that workflow needs to be updated, analyzed, scaled up so that our operations are efficient. And to do that, we are introducing a new team in the front lines. So setting up that team and setting them up for success, that has been one of my main focus from the last year. And it has been very interesting to see, okay, how the teams get into what they are right now, and what could be the success criteria for them. So you want to say, okay, we want to solve maybe 1,000 customer cases with this much efficiency, if you want to say it. Okay, 50% efficiency, if you say. So we want to create those metrics. We don't want to create it too easy. Okay, with the 10% efficiency, everyone can achieve it. We don't want to say 90%, which might be unachievable. So finding those right metrics and implementing those and checking out all other works flows for those teams, that has been one of my other goals for the last 2 quarters, I would say. And then there is third part to my job, which is I keep for some of the ad hoc requests. So there can be escalations from the customers, like they escalate and talk to our VPs. Okay, this is not working. You come and fix it. And of course, we are the people who are going to be working on those. And then there can be some other requests and the helps which I'm doing for our teammates. And I'm reviewing our documentation that it is up to date. And if you want to add or delete any content which has been obsolete. So that's how I have categorized my work. And if I still get some more time, I try to devote that to learning and development. We have few tracks which are focused on different areas like communication, leadership, whatever skills you want to learn, and there are ample amount of resources for those. And so if I get time, I try to finish one of those.
So how do you maintain your work-life balance?
That's a really important question. So I don't call it work-life balance in actual. So I do consider that work is an essential and very integral part of our lives. We spend a lot of time at work, and I would say I spend more time talking to my colleagues than we are spending more time with our family. So that is definitely an important part, and your life has to move around your work. So it's mostly the question is, how do you maintain a healthy life for you? And the healthy life for individual can be different. You need to define what is a healthy life for you. For me, I can say, okay, I want to have 7-8 productive hours during the day, and I should be able to learn something outside of my work, some different thing which I want to do, maybe in life, like a 20% of my time for that. And then I want to be able to have to be able to do all those, I need to have optimal health. So I need to devote some time for workout. So if I'm able to achieve all of these three in a day, I would say, oh, it is balanced day. It is discipline. So you just need to find those, and finding those is just the one step. You need to find the time to do all those. So you need to define the blocks of time in your calendar or any other app which you use for making your day schedule, and then you need to just execute that plan. And also, I have seen we all are very good at writing our to-dos, right? But we need to do one step further, not just writing the to-dos. We need to go and see when we're going to be doing those to-dos. So you can categorize your to-dos in different categories. Okay, this is a work related, this is my self growth, and this is something I want to maybe make a passive income out of it, and this is what I do for my health. I go for yoga classes, I do mindfulness, and I go to gym, I eat nutritious food and all that. So there can be 3 or 4 categories for your work streams, for your life actually. And then you need to find the slots, and as well as you need to find a space in your home. So if you're working or studying from home, living room can't be a place where you do any productive work, I guess, because that's the place we use for entertainment or hanging out with family and friends. So you need to find maybe a separate corner in your home where you which works as a cue for you to get started into your that habit, that okay, I see this place, this is a chair for my work or study, so I go there and I start working or studying like effortlessly, and like it's a subconscious habit that I have developed. So you need to write down your to-dos, and also you need to find the time slot as well as a place to do those. That's how I've been doing it, but it's always a lifelong learning, and you need to modify according to what's needed right now.